Modernity needs to die, and here's why. The material elevation of the working classes since the industrial age has granted ordinary people the luxuries of kings and empresses. At least so they said. But do a hot shower, a TV set, and refrigerated foods really weigh up to the loss of a heroic life? After all, the aristocracy of the past had many more abundances than merely advanced sanitation or modern heating. They also had free time, lots of it, to explore their world and develop their interests and talents accordingly. They didn't have to work 40 hours a week merely to provide for the basic living conditions such as rent, and neither did medieval European peasants who only worked 20. Modern man, however, cannot escape the rat race of organized society. His identity has been foreclosed. Children born into the modern world no longer get to explore it, except in video games. One is mangled through the mental torture called education, where the truth is predetermined by the state, namely in the service of that state. One's personality is erased, and one is rendered into an equal, i.e., the perfect taxpayer who shall do no harm. We aren't free citizens anymore. We are slaves. We have become domesticated humans. Our ideals of freedom and self-determination have been replaced by material greed. No longer do we strive to live the heroic life. We no longer hunt as kings used to. We no longer feel the rush of brushes with death. The modern world is numb. Our minds no longer creative. Ever since Karl Marx, an autistic ideology has been at work transforming free citizens into worker drones. The Western world has become a machine with a self-perpetuating purpose, namely to produce material wealth at scale and to invite people in. Bereft of his humanity, the common man now lives through his economic value. Without money, he is nothing and nobody, for he has no God. But as the older white generations of the West have steadily lost the appetite to work for stuff they don't need, to impress people they don't care about, hordes of poor people from other parts of the world can still be fooled by the lure of shiny toys. And so we, the elders, trapped the longest in this senseless scheme, are condemned to maintain a machine that offers us no meaning in life. Had it not been for mass immigration bringing in hordes of new consumers, Europe and the American-led West would have already been exiting the economic age. We would have been returning ourselves to the heroic age, or rather, reviving ourselves and reinvigorating ourselves with freedom. Unbound by the rules and regulations of a collapsing order, ordinary men and women would be fleeing the big cities and seizing plots of land to establish their families. What we need is a new mythology. Instead, here we are, waiting for the end to come to us, an end being eternally postponed with the arrival of ever more and ever lower rate import citizens, for only the most destitute and least competent of Earth still bother to embrace the Western way. Friends, let's put an end to all of this. Let's break ourselves free from the chains holding us down. Our spirit cannot be conquered or divided. Our God cannot be distributed to the weak. Rather than being the world's asylum center for people with cognitive disabilities, Europe needs to become a place that is physically so inhospitable that only the strongest souls can survive and thrive. I'll see you all in hell.